will not be listening to no orcish music.
I believe that you're lacking in love, Ward.
I'm what?
By love, I mean, like, physical.
I don't need no physical love.
Humans have physical tells.
Tells, huh?
Yeah. It's called a face.
Well, I ain't making no face.
Like the face you're making right now.
I ain't making no face right now.
Yeah.
Well, the new Netflix movie, premiering on Netflix today, Bright, has the not-so-bright idea of being another one of those stupid movie mashups. None of them have ever worked, in my opinion. You had Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, Pride and Prejudice versus the Zombies, Cowboys and Aliens, remember that one? Well, now we have a movie that actually is sort of a cross between, Lethal Weapon and Lord of the Rings. That's right. But set in modern day Los Angeles, contemporary times. It's really a cop movie merging with all of these mythical, medieval creatures who live side by side with humans. The film focuses on the buddy cop relationship here between Daryl Ward, played by Will Smith. He's a veteran of the LAPD, wants to retire in a few years. He's partnered with Nick Jacoby, who's an orc. Orcs, by the way, are not human, and they're not beloved really in this world that we're now in because something happened a few thousand years ago with the dark side and nobody's really liked them. They actually call them pig heads. The orc here, Nick Jacoby, is tolerated for PR purposes by the upper level cops of the LAPD, who actually are corrupt, of course, as they always are in these kinds of movies. But how can I say these kinds of movies? Because there's never been a movie that's partnered a human cop and an orc before. So for originality, we'll give Max Landis' script an A. For everything else, though, oh my God. This thing is a real chore to sit through. But the worst thing about it is it's kind of dull. I wasn't even involved in it, even though there's a lot of action and oh so many shootouts. There is more gunfire in this movie than anything I can think of that I've seen in a long time.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. Yes. Then we could die.
First time being shot at?
Yeah. I have to say, I dislike it very much. Oh!
You all right?
Yeah.
No holes?
Only the ones that I was born with. How are your holes?
How can you make a shootout awkward?
Sorry.
I guess David Ayer, who's the director here, a very fine director too, by the way, figures that there's more value here by numbers of gunshots. At any rate, our partnership of these two cops are coming into the possession of a young woman who plays an elf. Yes, there are elves in this thing, there are fairies in this thing, and they come in possession through this young woman, played by Lucy Fry, of a magic wand. That's right, and in the wrong hands, which would be Noomi Rapace and her evil ways, they can do much harm to the world if they get a hold of this wand. This wand can only be handled by what are called brights. They know how to use it safely. So anyway, the idea is, how do we get rid of the wand without putting it in the hands of the bad people who are chasing us around? And all of this stuff going on in modern day gritty LA. This is a gritty cop drama actually here, involving gangs and everything else you see, except for the little medieval touch here. None of it really works on any level that it was intended to. I guess it sounded better on paper than anything else, but at a reported cost of $90 million, that's scary. You could make a lot of movies for that amount of money, but Netflix has the cash, and they decided to put a lot of it through this in the hopes of building a franchise, something they could do repeatedly. But that would be hard to believe with this film, that people will want to see more of this kind of thing. I admire Will Smith as an actor. I think he lights up pretty much every movie he's in, and he does his best with this role. Joel Edgerton is just buried under mounds of prosthetic makeup here, but he's fine in this role, but it's a waste. They do get David Ayer, who's wrote Training Day and directed a terrific cop movie with Jake Gyllenhaal called End of Watch. But here he's decided to go off in the fantasy land, as it were, and the results, not so great. I really wanted to like this movie a lot better than I did. I was sadly disappointed. I don't think many people will be loving Bright. I say no.